Life is for the living, death is for the dead. Let life be like music, and death a note unsaid. Langston Hughes said that. Today on Sean Sees Dead People, that's me, I'm Sean. We'll learn about the deaths of a talent of stage and screen, an architect slash sculptor, and a Buddhist monk, and a very famous cannibal serial killer. So let's go. On this day, in the year 1262 AD, Shinran, a Japanese Buddhist monk, died at the age of 90. Shinran is recognized as the founder of the Jodo Shinshu, or True Pure Land School of Buddhist philosophy. For many centuries, it was the predominant form of Buddhism in Japan, and it's characterized by a strict adherence to the 3 Pure Land Sutras. It's in these sutras that the Pure Land is described. Pure land, in case you're not getting that, is described as a land of beauty that surpasses all other realms. It is said to be inhabited by many gods, men and women, flowers, fruits, and adorned with wish-granting trees, and where rare birds come to rest. The Sutras of Pure Land Buddhism also preach that Dharma, which is the principle of cosmic order in Buddhism, is democratic and without distinction of social class. So this is one of the reasons why the religion is so popular. On his deathbed, it is said that Shinran was chanting the prayer which would get him into the Pure Land, so I can only assume and hope that he made it. From the prayers of the Pure Land to the architecture of it, on this day in 1680, Renaissance sculptor and architect Giovanni Lorenzo Bernini died at the age of 81 as a result of a stroke. In his lifetime, he produced a large volume of Italian architecture and sculpture, to include many parts of the Vatican in Rome. In 1623, upon the ascent of Cardinal Maffeo Barberini to the papal throne as Pope Urban VIII, and Bernini's subsequent near monopolistic patronage from the Barberini Pope and family, Bernini began to get a lot of work. He designed the Piazza San Pietro at St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City. It's the altar inside the Vatican Cathedral that is often praised in art history classes for its elaborate and symbolic imagery. Called the Baldacchine, the altar was one of Bernini's first works during his time at the Vatican, and it was this piece that earned him some of the larger scale projects later on. Bernini remained physically and mentally vigorous and active in his profession until just about 2 weeks before his death, at which point he died of a stroke again. So yeah. And so now for something a little more frivolous. On this day in 1976, famed actress of stage and screen Rosalind Russell died of breast cancer at the age of 69. Russell had somewhat of a modest life for a Broadway and Hollywood star, having only married once to the same man she was married to when she died. But it was her eccentric roles that brought her a lot of attention. One of her more memorable roles was as Auntie Mame. In this movie, she basically takes in or adopts her nephew when her uptight, Trump-supporting brother suddenly dies. Mame's extravagant lifestyle is mesmerizing to the boy, though as he ages, it becomes a little embarrassing. And the good news is there's going to be a remake of this movie for those who don't like to watch old movies, which should be coming out soon. And if you're used to some sort of grotesque or cringeworthy things on Sean Sees Dead People, and you were waiting for it this week, here it is. On this day in 1994, serial killer and cannibal Jeffrey Dahmer was bludgeoned to death in the head while in prison. The Milwaukee cannibal was 34 years old when he died. Not only a cannibal, but a sex offender. I can only assume that the rumors about what happens to sex offenders in prison must be true. The last time he was seen alive, 2 inmates were escorting him to another part of the prison, and he was never seen again alive. And of course, his mother was outraged, but I'm sure that many survivors of Dahmer's victims probably celebrated his death. So I have a couple of questions for you guys. First of all, who here has been to Rome?
I have.
You have been to Rome,
Yes.
and so you saw some of Bernini's architecture.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Great. Speaking of have you seen, or here's another have you seen question. We talked about it earlier, but neither of you have seen any Rosalind Russell movies.
I can't say that I have, no.
Okay.
You know, the thing is, though, is we both probably have a million times flipping through the channels, but it says something about the way that fame dies down after you die.
That's true. Now, did either of your parents have like a contingency plan if they were something tragic were to happen to them, like who you would have to live with? Did you know about this?
If they did, I don't know about it, or if they do, I should say.
Okay.
I mean, I was raised Catholic, so I had a godfather. I'm not sure how well planned out or discussed that ever was between the two of them, though.
Sure.
It's a decision over drinks, probably.
So of all the meats that humans do eat, which one do you think tastes most like human?
Whoa.
I mean, you said it was going to get grotesque. Canned ham, obviously.
Canned ham?
You ever seen a canned ham?
I feel like you'd have to cure that meat a little bit. And then, okay, so my final question is, if you were to make it to the Pure Land and you got to wish on the wish-giving tree, do you know what your wish would be?
If I told you, it wouldn't come true.
Well, it might.
I think to be happy, and for everyone I know to be healthy.
All right.
To be 2 inches taller.
2 inches taller?
2 inches
but
taller.
You're like the tallest person here.
I know, but I'd really like to be over 6 foot. This is honestly just the fact that I'm wearing lifts and sitting in a tall chair.
Oh, wow. You hear that, Tucson? Alex isn't as tall as he looks on TV. And that was my death report for today.
Yay!
Stays. Me?